context engineering today is basically writing markdown files. And there might be some different variations of markdown files. For example, in VS Code we have agent, instruction, prompts, whatever. This is a repository I'm creating to do a workshop. Anyway, the cool thing I want to show you today, super quick, is that, well, sure enough, you can create some instruction file from here, new instruction file. You can do that from the spinner here. But another cool way of creating this kind of context with markdown files is directly into the chat. I think this was added maybe just a few days ago. I don't remember seeing it recently. Anyway, if you want to create a skill, now skills are the thing, there are some slash commands that in fact are VS Code prompts that you can use to create a skill. So you might want to learn how to properly write and define a skill, but there's a super quick way here integrated in VS Code. For example, as I said, this is a super simple repository, but let's say I want to create a skill on how to use forms in this repository. And what I want to achieve is basically, I want the AI Claude to create a specific skill based on my own data and my own conventions in my repository. Now, this, when I typed /skills, create skill, is a prompt that is written by the VS Code team, I think, the Copilot team. So it's in the VS Code Insiders folder, and that's basically, again, a prompt file, pretty much the same prompt file I could write here in my repo. And it has some quick instruction telling an agent how to create a skill. So now it is doing what I asked, doing scanning from my Codebase, trying to find how do I handle forms here in this repository. And I'm expecting to get a skill custom tailored for my workspace, so that every time an agent has to use forms, in this case, uses the form that is here in my repo. And there it is, sure enough, it created the new skill under forms. And another interesting thing to show is that when I used the skill, again, the create skill prompt, the prompt is follow the instruction in this file and what I wrote, and it uses obviously two references. My Copilot instruction file, that is the one that gets injected in every single prompt I use here in VS Code, and the create skill prompt, that the one that we're seeing right now. So looks like in a minute it created my skill, which is defining how forms are handled in my repository. It is quite long, a lot of examples really, that's a cool one, but now we don't care about the content for now. I just wanted to show that there are some prompts by default that you can use for skills, you can use it for instructions, you can use a prompt to create other prompt. That's super cool. So that was pretty much it, a super quick one. We're now all into context engineering, writing a ton of markdown files. We constantly have no idea what is the best way to write, the best structure, the best format. And even though these things like the structure, the format, and how to write the file changes over time, every other week is slightly different. So there's a cool idea that you have some prompts you can use to create other prompts, and you're quite confident that Copilot will handle them properly and pick them up, as you basically created those with the recommended instruction from the VS Code team. And that was it for today. Again, quick video, hope you found it interesting. As I'm creating this workshop, I'm probably gonna cover many VS Code features as usual, so stick to the channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next Copilot tip. Thanks for watching, see you soon!